Plyometric exercise, an informational video for beginners. Plyometric exercises are characterized by the fast transition from an eccentric to concentric contraction of a muscle, and during these movements, muscles exert maximal force during a short and explosive burst. Such an exercise is said to improve coordination, but is more commonly used to improve power and explosiveness through the utilization of the stretch shortening cycle, or SSC for short. The SSC involves the active stretch of a muscle followed by an immediate shortening, and follows the principle that a concentric action produces a higher peak torque when preceded by an eccentric contraction. The SSC creates a much more powerful contraction than normal, as the muscles are able to store the tension from the stretch. This extra tension is then applied to the stretched muscle during the transition to the concentric contraction, which increases the explosive energy produced. The muscles in this way react much like a rubber band does to a stretch. However, the tension from the stretch is only stored for a short period of time, therefore the greatest force is achieved when the stretch and transition is performed as fast as possible. The SSC is demonstrated by these pictures. Picture A shows the fast eccentric contraction of the gluteal muscles, the hamstring muscles, the quadriceps and calf muscle groups. Picture B shows the immediate concentric contraction of these same muscle groups via hip extension, knee extension, and ankle plantar flexion. Movements in boxing are both high in intensity and velocity, for example punching and foot movement. Therefore, success depends partly on muscular power output. While engaging in boxing-specific training may replicate most of the patterns required for the conditioning of a boxer, the reproduction of the muscular demands seem more difficult to attain. Therefore, it becomes necessary to employ specific plyometric drills to benefit from the associated muscle adaptations, leading to improved explosive strength, thus making plyometrics an ideal exercise type for boxing to increase punching power. Box jumps are an explosive whole-body exercise and involve the double-legged jump onto a higher platform. This helps to develop power in the legs and is classed as plyometric as it involves the fast transition from an eccentric to concentric contraction. To successfully perform a box jump, stand facing a raised platform approximately a few feet away with shoulders in full flexion and feet shoulder width apart. From here, rapidly sink into a quarter squat position while swinging your arms backwards, and immediately swing arms forward and simultaneously triple extend the hips, knees and ankles to take off with both feet and jump into the air. Try to land on top of the platform with relatively flat feet and then stand up straight. The following 4 videos show the correction of a box jump technique along with 2 various types of progression. Go. Due to the listed errors, the following coaching points were given to the subject. Have both of your feet under your hips with toes level. Quickly drop into the quarter squat position while swinging your arms back. This will increase the tension stored and the potential for explosive power produced. During triple extension, swing your arms forward and push off and land with both feet simultaneously. These corrections and coaching points have been implemented in the following video. Increasing the height of a platform is one type of progression to box jumps. This is not only beneficial as it acts as an objective marker of which to gauge improvement, but also athletes must work harder to get to the increased height, thus increasing power output potential. However, when incorporating such a progression, it is important that the athlete doesn't lose technique. The following video shows a box jump at an increased height of the previous 2. The second progression looked at is load. This is beneficial as an athlete must work harder and produce a greater force to reach the same height as they would when unweighted. This not only increases power, but again acts as an effective means of gauging an athlete's progression. However, an athlete must be careful not to increase height and load at the same time, rather practicing with one before increasing the other. The last video shows a box jump at the same height as the first 2, but with a 10 kg weighted vest. Plyometric training prescriptions are listed on this slide for 3 different types of loading. A low rep range is recommended to keep exercises as explosive as possible, and total exercise time of each set no longer than 10 seconds to fully utilize the ATP-PC energy system. A long rest time is also recommended to fully allow this energy system stores to be fully replenished. The majority of periodization models reviewed have devoted the pre-season to development of a strength base and improving 1RMs. This is because a strong relationship has been found between strength and power, and 1RM improvements correspond with an increase in the tensile strength of muscles, minimizing the potential for injury. While plyometrics have numerous neuromuscular benefits, the potential for these gains to influence power are marginal in comparison to the potential strength development has on power. Therefore, plyometric drills are used sparingly in pre-season and should first use low-intensity drills to develop control over ballistic movements. These sessions should then be progressively lengthened while reducing the duration of rest between drills, which will improve endurance to ballistic movement. As the in-season mesocycle nears, medium-intensity drills should be introduced to help prepare the athletes for the rigors of sport, but emphasis of the total program should still focus on improvements of strength. During the in-season period, goals have shifted from strength development to strength maintenance, resulting in a decrease in strength-devoted sessions, resulting in an increase in the amount of plyometric sessions per week. Over time, gradually reduce the volume of these sessions while increasing the intensity. This has been shown to improve jump performance without the need for post-training recovery period versus increased intensity and the same volume. The average length of a mesocycle with plyometric training is 8 to 9 weeks, and the analysis of the data available showed the shortest time of such a regimen at 4 weeks and the longest time at 12 weeks. So to conclude, plyometric exercise involves the fast transition from a muscular stretch to an immediate contraction. These exercises are believed to improve power, as concentric action produces a higher peak torque when preceded by an eccentric action, and therefore is an ideal exercise for boxing, where success is influenced by power. When engaging in plyometric exercise with body weight, use 3 to 5 sets of 5 reps with 2 to 3 minute rest period. At 75 to 80% of 1 rep max, use 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 4 reps with 3 to 5 minute rest. And finally, at 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max, use 3 to 5 sets of 1 to 2 reps with 5 or more minutes rest. The main aim of off-season training is strength development. Therefore, the majority of sessions focus on increasing strength. In-season training is focused more on strength maintenance, thus allowing more room for plyometric sessions. Such sessions should gradually build in intensity and lower in volume over an 8-week period. The references viewed here can all be seen in the reference list below this video. Feel free to scroll back through this video and pause during any slide you have questions about to gain greater insight into the topics discussed. Alternatively, email us your questions at ks-fitness@outlook.com. Thank you for taking the time out to watch our video. We hope you have a nice day.